Apple.
Yeah.
Apple is making payments more open. It's not enough. Apple needs to do more, and it doesn't make up for all their past transgressions, but I do like the new Apple. I like the Apple that is constantly paranoid about being investigated for antitrust, because they're being investigated for antitrust. In response to the European Commission's antitrust investigations, Apple is making a host of changes surrounding payments and third-party apps. Apple is allowing developers finally to offer NFC transactions in-app using Secure Element. That means users can set their double-click side button shortcut to an app that isn't Apple Pay. It also means that third-party apps can use contactless transactions for things like hotel room keys or transit passes. This is going to be an absolute game changer and should have happened years ago. So many years ago. The fact that it's happening now means that Apple could have done it anytime they wanted. They just decided they didn't want to. The APIs are open to developers in select countries in the iOS 18.1 developer beta. To use these APIs, devs will need to enter a commercial agreement with Apple and pay the associated fees, however, and that's where the malicious compliance comes in. Probably, we'll see. Apple has also changed their rules surrounding showing pricing and promotions in apps. Developers are now able to inform users of pricing information in the app, and they can make purchases directly from a location of their choosing, be that another app store, website, etc., by applying for an entitlement that Apple can approve or deny based on their terms and conditions. However, should an app link to an external payment platform while using this entitlement, they will be subject to a store services fee, explained by The Verge. Blah, 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 blah. Basically, it's a fee. In addition to that, there's a 5% initial acquisition fee that applies under the same terms. So this is Apple complying without, in good faith, just dealing with the fact that this is not going to last. It's not gonna keep lasting, you guys. There was the whole drama this week. This actually isn't in our notes, but there was the whole drama this week where Patreon is apparently going to be stuck paying the 30% fee on everything that goes through Patreon, which compared to Patreon's own take, no. What are the details there?
Patreon is actually, I think it's.
Well, they're offering the option
cool and reasonable how they're dealing with it.
Yeah.
Is they're offering the option for the creator to eat it, or for the creator to pass it on to the user. I don't think Patreon in any case is eating it themselves.
No, I shouldn't say Patreon is eating it. That's incorrect because Patreon only takes 8% of the gross.
So it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, I believe that's their cut.
Yeah.
But basically, Apple is demanding 30% of Patreon contributions, which is ridiculous. And we've talked extensively in the past about how the Floatplane model, which is very similar to the Patreon model, is completely untenable.
It gets dunked if you take 30% from
with
us.
a 30% take. We don't have 30% for you to take from us. It doesn't make any sense. This is direct funding for creators, and so if you're taking that kind of cut out of it as a platform, like a device platform, it's not manageable.
Yeah, so some people are pointing out like other platforms that people could use and stuff. Honestly, I don't think there's a better way that Patreon could have handled this.
Just subscribe online
through the web.
Through the web, yeah. Just subscribe through a web browser.
And I don't have the Patreon app on my phone, but I'm going to assume that if you subscribe through the web, you can still access their stuff on mobile. Like just do it that way.
Yep.
I think the easiest way to do it is for creators that are offered this option to pass it forward to the users, and then hopefully the users will see that and just go subscribe on the web. Because I don't think it's great for the creators to have to eat that percentage either. So it is what it is.